didn't tell me the type of sacrifice that I would do.
Yeah.
So after then I went to my other father. They told me that I will sacrifice my son.
Hello, on the 20th of October 2021, this 36-year-old father by name Chidi Onyeshi connived with a 95-year-old Olumba white garment prophet by name Okeke Enyakwo to kill his eldest son, Chimdalu Chidi, for morning rituals. Guys, let's get into this crime story. Mr. Chidi, a 36-year-old father of 7, had become a member of the Olumba White Garment Church. But his wife was not in accord with his membership to that church. His wife often criticized him that this church doesn't have a good reputation. Stop being a member of this church, but Mr. Chidi Onyeshi gave deaf ears. He kept on being a member of this church. And this church is an occultic church, simply because he wanted to become wealthy. So he told his 95-year-old white garment prophet by name Okeke Enyokwo that I want to become rich. The 95-year-old prophet told Chidi Onyeshi that he should give his eldest son for blood sacrifice in order for him to become rich. Mr. Chidi Onyeshi resisted, but he later on gave in because there was a lot of desperation within him to become rich. He has been looking for a moment when his wife wouldn't be around to take his eldest son out to offer him for blood sacrifice. And a moment finally came when his wife decided that she is going to go to the village with 6 of her children to go see her grandmother. Mr. Chidi Onyeshi decided that, okay, I'm going to be left back with the eldest one. I'm going to stay with the eldest child, Chimdalu Chidi. When his wife went to the village, Mr. Chidi left very early the following day in the morning with Chidi Onyeshi. They took a KK because he was a KK rider, and he took his son to the sacrificial place where his son will be sacrificed. He said when he took his son there, he didn't touch his son. That the prophet, the white garment prophet of 95-year-old, was the one who ordered boys to dip his son's head into a bowl of water. And he said they first of all dip his son's
as if we want to baptize him first time, we drag him second time, third time, then we hold him. After he did
head into a bowl of water, but he resisted, and they forcefully pushed his head into the bowl of water for a longer period of time, and his body became inactive. That meant he's dead. And said they buried his son on the land beside the river. And now, on the 20th of October 2021, his wife returned back from the village with 6 of her other children. And he came home to an empty house. He called Mr. Chidi Onyeshi that, where are you and our son? Mr. Chidi Onyeshi said, our eldest child, Chimdalu, isn't with me. She was in shock. If Chimdalu isn't with you, where is Chimdalu? Mr. Chidi Onyeshi said he went out to do his KK business, to carrying passengers so that he can make money for the family, and left Chimdalu Chidi at home. So they started looking for Chimdalu Chidi. Meanwhile, while the entire community was looking for Chimdalu Chidi, Mr. Chidi Onyeshi had not returned home. So they were looking for Chimdalu Chidi, they couldn't find him. So around 9:30, he came home. At night, he came home. And they told him, your son is missing. He wasn't even that worried. He didn't show concern. Everyone started suspecting. The following morning, they carried on with their search of Chimdalu Chidi, but they couldn't find Chimdalu Chidi. So the community was in shock. We are all concerned for your missing son. You yourself, you are not concerned. What is going on? So the community decided to contribute money and gave him to take to the police station and report the matter of the missing Chimdalu Chidi. But Mr. Chidi Onyeshi did not go. That's when the community got suspicious of him. They held him down and started questioning him. He refused that he was involved of his son's disappearance after the harsh interrogation the community gave him. It was when one neighbor from another community told everyone in the community when Mr. Chidi Onyeshi was living that he had seen Mr. Chidi Onyeshi early in the morning around 5:30 with his eldest son in the keke which he owned, going somewhere towards a bush. It was when the community held him down and started beating Mr. Chidi Onishi. Then he confessed that he has used his eldest son for blood rituals so that he can become rich. They were all in shock. How can you use your eldest son for blood rituals? So it was something so shocking. This is his confession.
I will sacrifice my son. So, but I didn't agree at the point. As if we want to baptize him first time, to drag him second.
Immediately, the community called the police, and the police came and arrested Mr. Chidi Onishi. And he said he had an accomplice. The accomplice is his 95-year-old white garment prophet who happens to be blind by name Okeke Enyokwo. And together